Hello everyone. Today let's solve the problem number 344, reverse string. So what the question states here, we are given a character array. Yes, you can clearly see here. We are given a character array S, right? So we have to reverse the array in place. So we shouldn't be using any extra variable. So we have to reverse the array in place using big of one extra memory. So they have clearly mentioned we shouldn't use any extra variable. Instead, we have to reverse the array in place using big of one extra memory. So this part is very important, right? So we need to return the reverse string in the same array. So we need to return the reverse string in the same array again. So we shouldn't be making use of any extra variable to store the result, right? So we are given a character array, yes, you can clearly see here, and we have to reverse the array in place using big of one extra memory they have asked, and we have to return the reverse string in the same way, in the same array. Sorry, yeah, here you can clearly see HELLO we have, and the output is output that we need to get here is reverse, right? So we need to reverse basically OLLEH, right? So we have to reverse in place. So I hope this first example is completely clear. And let's come to the second example. We have HANNAH, Hannah, right? So same thing. If we reverse, this will be HANNAH itself. AH itself. This is fine. I hope this part is completely clear. Example 1 and example 2. So let's do one thing. Let's discuss the approach first, followed by the complexities, and then let's write the code. Right. So let's come to the approach part here. So just give me a second here. So yeah, this one. Let's come to the approach part here. So let's take HELLO. This one first example. Let's consider the first example itself so that it will be easier to understand for us. So we'll be going with a two-pointer approach. So always just remember this one. For this particular problem, it's very easy to solve with the two pointers, as we need to this one modify in place, right? Reverse the array in place using the big of one extra memory, or modify the array in place using big of one extra memory. So we shouldn't use any extra variable to store the result, right? So in this case, two pointers will be handy, and we'll be making use of the two pointers. So first we'll be making use of the two pointers and initialize left to 0 means 0th index, and right to 4. Right to 4 means here in this case we have, for this particular example we are speaking of 1, I mean 0 based indexing, right? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we'll be making use of the two pointers, left equals 0, right equals 4, pointing to the first and last. So this one I'm speaking of. And the next step is we will swap s of 0 and s of 4. S of 0 means this one, h. We will swap h of 0 means h, and this one, o, h with o. We are swapping h of 0 with h of 4, this one with this one, right? Same thing. So we will move inwards, left equals 1, right equals 3. Next we will swap e and l, right? So now first step was we swapped h and o. Second we swapped e and l, e and l. Then third, what we will do, we have only one this one left, right? So then we will swap, what we'll do, we'll swap s of 1 and s of 3. Sorry, just give me a second here, did I get confused? Yeah, then yeah, we will keep this one 2 as it is, because we will stop when left is greater than or equal to right, right? We'll stop when left is greater than or equal to right. Here in this case we'll keep this one, what do you call, l, as it is, right? So here after swapping, what we get here, here this will be o, this will be l here in this case. So l remains same, e and h is the output that we get, right? So which is equivalent to the output that they have given here, OLLEH. So our approach works absolutely correct in this case. So yeah, our approach works absolutely correct, right? So as we are completely familiar with the approach, let's discuss the complexities very quickly, and let's write the code. Let me delete the approach part here. So let me delete the approach part here. So let's do one thing. Let's quickly discuss the complexities part here. So what will be the time complexity and the space complexity? The time complexity will be big of n, right? And what will be the space complexity? The space complexity would be big of 1. So the time complexity will be big of n because each character is visited at most once, right? So we are visiting each character at most once, not more than once, right? We will be visiting each character at most once, right? So the overall time complexity would be big of n for the entire array, right? Quite obviously. And what will be the space complexity? Space complexity would be big of 1 because we are not will not be making use of the any extra space, and we are just swapping in place, right? So the space complexity would be quite obviously big of this one. The time complexity for the code that we'll be writing would be big of n, and the space complexity would be big of 1. I hope the complexities part is completely clear, right? I hope the complexities part is completely clear. Just give me a second here. Yeah, as we are completely familiar with the complexities along with the approach, we are good to write the code. Let's start writing the code. So the first step here is uh, let's make use of the pointer at the start of the array. So I'll just go with int left equals 0. And the next part is we'll be making use of the pointer at the end of the array as well, nothing but the right pointer which points to the last index. So this will be int right equals s dot length minus 1. This is fine. So the next part, so as we are making use of the this one, two pointers, so let's go with the while loop. Quite obviously left has to be less than right, right? So here in this case within the while loop, what shall we do? Let's swap the characters at left and right. When I say let's swap the characters at left and right, we need to swap. That's what the approach said basically. H with O, E with L, and as this contains this one 5 letters, this middle one remains same. So here how can we articulate the same thing in the form of code? We just have to swap the characters at left and right, right? So I'll just take the temporary variable here, char temp equals, initially I'll just go with the s of left, and let's assign s of left to s of right here, this one. The final one here is so this one will be s of right. Let's assign this one to temp. I hope this is clear. So the next step or the final part here is we have to move both the pointers towards the center. Means let's increment the left and let's decrement the right. Right. So we just have to move the both. We just have to move both pointers towards center. So let's increment the left and right. So this is it for the code. So I hope whatever the code that we have written is completely clear, right? So let me format the code once and let me hit the run. So I hope this works. Let's see. So yeah, you can clearly see here the sample test cases are getting passed. So let me hit the submit button quickly. I hope this works for all the test cases. Yeah. Uh, you can clearly see here all the test cases are getting passed. Means whatever the code that we have written works absolutely correct in this case, right? So now I hope the this one, what do we call, the solution part is completely clear. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.